How was he mentoring you when you got out of Leavenworth, Mike? How
Well, we
integral
would
was
talk.
he
We
there?
would, Tony and I would talk once a week, about, what I was thinking and plans moving forward, and daily goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. How was I going, bring those to fruition? And I really felt every day I had to work hard to, find, that medium. And, it was difficult when I first came home because I didn't come home to anything, and, nothing was promised. But, he gave me that optimism every day, every week, that we would talk. And, I just kept those conversations, as, as vibrant as I could. And, it took on a life of its own and a meaning of its own. And, we developed a relationship that was uncanny, and I appreciated it, still to this day. And, it's nothing nobody in this world could do for me that is more significant than what, Tony and Roger and Andy did for me at that time in my life, and my agent, Joel Siegel.
When you say Roger, you mean the commissioner?
Absolutely, yeah, Roger Goodell.
How was he integral in this process about getting you back on your feet? In the same way that you had mentioned Andy Reid, the coach who hired you, and Tony Dungy, the man who was mentoring you.
Well, collectively, they all, seemed as if they was talking, amongst each other. And, I could just say that everybody cared at that time. They cared about, my well-being, my rehabilitation, and, trying to do things the right way. Obviously, it was promises that I made that I had to fulfill on my end. And, I looked every single one of them in the eyes and told them I would do it. And, what makes me proud is that I was able to go out and execute. And still to this day, still trying to execute. It's a never-ending story. And, they all told me that, life is a work in progress. I understand the meaning of that. And, I take that on with, with a lot of humility.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.